Okay.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
And we're back. Back at it again with the fresh vans.
Back at it again with the French friend.
Remember how that was a thing for like 3 seconds? What's up, y'all?
Daniel. Back at it again.
What's up, y'all? Free agency day 2. What a snoozer of a day. I mean, there's a lot of deals that we've expected to go down. But, I mean, let's actually look at free agency.
What's happening,
tracker.
everyone in the chat? I see Sean, Trippy, Brian, Jeremy, Adam, King, Tebow, Andrew. What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Make sure you drop a like. Zach is trying to do that.
Okay, so names that have not been signed. That is slightly confusing. Let's be honest. There's a lot of names, guys, out there still, right? I mean, Allen Robinson is still a free agent. Jarvis Landry's a free agent. Will Fuller, Jamison Crowder, T.Y. Hilton, Juju Smith-Schuster, only 25 years old. Juju, A.J. Green's out there. Rashard Higgins. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. OBJ hasn't decided what he's going to do. Isn't that funny? I mean, I thought we all expected him to get a deal done really quickly with the Rams. OBJ is still a free agent.
A lot of things.
There's a lot of free agents out there. Gronk hasn't made a decision. I'm just going through all the positions. O.J. Howard, Hayden Hurst, Robert Bobby Tunyon. I mean, who's going to be the tight end over there in Jacksonville? If we look at the running backs, there are so many free agent running backs still. Melvin, David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, Cordero Patterson, Raheem Mostert, Rashad Penny, Sony Michel, Ronald Jones. And when you think about all the running backs that are still out there, it makes you question even more how late these running backs might go in this year's draft. But thank you, everybody.
I think it could be the opposite now. Sounds crazy, but
yeah,
if these guys don't get signed, they're clearly maybe trying to go with the youth and maybe say, you know what, let's just take a shot on some of these younger guys. Give them the opportunity.
Maybe. I
Who
guess
knows?
it could be a two-way street, but we don't know who's going to get
Yeah.
signed where. I imagine we're going to see about 10 running backs get signed in the next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the conversation might be different, but it's hard to say at this point. What's up, everybody? Everybody's talking about Gibson's season. I'll just say this. As someone who's a Washington fan, don't expect this to be the running back room we enter the year with. There will be either a free
100%.
agent signing or someone that we draft. This isn't going to be the free agent. It's not going to be just Gibson and Patterson. I think Patterson definitely becomes a little bit more intriguing in Dynasty, but don't expect this to be it. Maybe we go for a Sony Michel. Maybe we go for one of these bigger running backs in the draft, like a Zamir White or something. So don't expect this to be it. As much as I want to scream, Antonio Gibson season, I've been wanting to scream that for a long time. I just want to set some maybe more realistic expectations out there, Garrett said Melvin isn't coming back most likely, and Javonte will be unleashed. Hell yeah. Yes, the Jags did get Evan Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody for joining us tonight.
What's up, Casey? What's up, Kenny? What's happening, y'all? What's up, Juxer?
Yo,
Garrett
love.
with the hacks. What's happening, everyone?
All right, so you can see we have a goal tonight. Our goal is to hit 75 likes. If we hit 75 likes, Badaki has to do whatever the poll says.
You like that?
I'll bet $10.
You like that?
You guys like that
You
addition
like
right there?
that? You like that?
So every time you hit a like, every time we hit a like goal, every time we hit a like goal of 10s or 5s, whatever it is, I'll play the Kirk Cousins. You like that? I hope you guys can hear that as well. I just added that today.
You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
You like that? Shout out to Kirk. I mean, this guy is finessing the entire system. You know what I mean? I mean, he just got what? Another $35 million? I think there was this graphic since 2016. No quarterback has had more money than Kirk Cousins. That might have been before the guaranteed money that we saw yesterday or today with Aaron Rodgers. That was confirmed, right? But I mean, my guy just knows how to work the system. It's crazy. Okay, so what are we here to do, Badaki?
Yeah, Dynasty SuperFlex startup drafts. Obviously, we have been involving rookies in these drafts. If you want to be part of that, super simple, super easy. Join our Discord, and we will be dropping the link there in the Dynasty Damn It tab. And within that, there is a Dynasty mock draft tab, and you can select on that. Everyone can spam that in the in the Discord like they've been doing the past couple weeks. But yeah, join our Discord. The link is in the chat above. If not, it's in the description below in the solo.to link. Even if you're watching this now or later. It's all
Shout
love.
out to the 4 or 5 people over there on Twitch. We want to make sure we show you guys some love. I'm going to be looking at the Twitch chat today. And Brian, stop putting lies in the chat, okay? I love Kirk Cousins, all right? I think there's definitely misconception out there. I mean, how could you not just applaud the guy for making that much money? That's impressive. Big Kirk Cousins lover. Peter says, just traded a guy that's tearing his team down completely. He's 1 out of 2. His first and second in the 2023 drafts. Back for the 101. A probable mid to late 23 first. I'm not going to lie. This is quite confusing to read.
Just traded a guy that's tearing his team down completely. His first and second in the 2023 back from the 101. And probable mid to early 2023 first. Yeah, that's a little bit confusing.
I'm
and
so sorry. I don't know how to answer because I don't know what the
have
trade is.
Yeah.
Try maybe ask us again. Sorry. Garrett says, I think LaVishka might be traded to the Falcons. That's pretty interesting. I mean, we've also heard that Deshaun Watson's in on the Falcons now. I mean, that would be beautiful. I would love to see him in Atlanta, especially for the Kyle Pitts shares that I have in pretty much almost every dynasty.
Nah, for sure. That would be crazy. I mean, there was a tweet that just went out. The first sets with the Saints, Panthers, and Browns in a raging and meeting with Deshaun Watson was presenting a trade package to the Texans per multiple league source. Once Houston approves, only then they'll meet.
Yeah.
Wow. So we ain't gonna meet with you. Send us the deal. If we agree to it, then you can talk to Deshaun.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's almost like his own free agency, to be honest, which is cool that they're doing that for him.
That is cool.
Let's get to what we're here to do, and that is a dynasty startup draft, Badaki. So let's go ahead and send that link out. So again, your last chance. Everyone who's listening right now, you have a chance to join tonight's mock draft. There is a comment that we have pinned in the chat. That is a link to our Discord. All you got to do is join our Discord and make sure you have a Sleeper account. Make sure you have the Sleeper app open so you got a better chance of getting in. From what I've understood, it's easier to get in quicker if you're on desktop. I don't know. I don't know the hacks that are out there, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
But we're talking, Brian was talking about Antonio Gibson. I love me some Gibson.
I agree with you though. Like, I don't know if Gibson is gonna be the third down back now. Like, why not bring in a younger guy? Why not bring in someone like a 3-down back? Sorry, why not bring in someone like a Kyron Williams or someone that is a pass catching back like a J.D. McKissick, a younger guy, fresher legs to come in and be part of this offense? I don't know. I'm not gonna jump on the Antonio Gibson train. The thought process is that he can be that third down back. We'll see.
Yeah, Don said, I don't understand why he would go to Atlanta when it has no weapons other than Pitts. I mean, either he really believes that Pitts is a superstar, or he's like, hey, I want to build this team from the ground up. You know, I don't know. When I play Madden sometimes, I don't ever choose the good teams. And I don't know if anyone thinks this way as NFL players. Probably not. They just want to be on a good team. But I choose the teams. I'm like, I want to take them to the top. Probably has nothing to do with it, but fun.
I want to take him to Deshaun Watson. You know what? For my whole career, I just want to take a bad team and make them good like I would do in Madden. Absolutely. That's exactly what he's doing.
Obviously, I said he's not doing that. Garrett says, I hear that's just to boost the prices for the Falcons' divisional rivals. That's interesting. Yeah, that could be really smart, Garrett, if the Falcons are like, you know what? I don't want the Saints getting Deshaun Watson. Let's go pretend we're interested.
No, 100%. And I think that's
interesting
because
right?
That's interesting. And he's staying in the same division too, the NFC South. At least, well, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. Obviously, once Tom Brady is out of there, he should be leading this division, depending on what other quarterbacks are going to be coming through if he does stay in that division. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yep, it will be interesting. All right, guys, just one last time to clarify, the Discord link to join our Discord to be a part of the mock draft tonight is pinned in the chat. It's It's a comment that we pinned. Join that Discord, and Badaki is about to send out the link here right now.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. By the way, over 320 people in the Discord, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Link is out here, guys. Nah, that's awesome, man. That's cool. That's crazy.
Here
Peter,
we go.
yeah,
Let me switch over to the screen. Let's see
Yeah,
who's
go
going to
for
get
it.
in here.
go for it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
don't even-
Giants O-line's upgrades are looking good. Absolutely. What's going on?
I don't know why the sleeper... Is it there now?
I
Yeah,
can't
it's
see
here
it.
now.
Okay, now it came up. Okay.
Again.
Let's
You
go.
like that? You like that?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
liking the additions of the offensive line. It looks like we're going in the right direction here, so we're definitely gonna see where
We still have one
where
free
else he
space
goes.
somehow. Am I misreading this? We have one free space right now in this mock draft.
You're misreading it.
I am?
Team 4 is Don, at least in
Is
my
it
screen.
Don?
Let me just refresh my screen and just double
Should
check.
I refresh
Yeah,
mine then?
refresh yours, 100%.
Okay.
Jamaica.
All right. And Don or Brian, he said, I click the link and I get to the page and it's filled. So here's the deal, guys. If you have, and again, I want to clarify this. If you have never been able to get into a mock, just message us on Discord, DM the Fantasyland football account, DM us and say, hey, I've never been able to get into a mock. Can I please get into this one tonight? Whenever the next mock is that you want to be a part of, send us that message. We always want to make sure that people get at least one chance. We want it to be as accessible as possible and everyone gets a fair shake. So Brian, message us the next time you want to get into one. If you haven't been able to get into one, then we will make sure and get you there, okay? Shane said kick someone. One World says, I like Javonte, but people who think he's just going to get the backfield to himself are delusional. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. We're not going to see eye die here. I don't want to get into that convo. Kenny Powers says, they will get you in. Yep, we will get you in. Don says, why aren't we at 320 likes on the YouTube video team? Hit the like button. All right. I mean, you want to hear Kirk again? Every time you hit that like.
You like that? You
Genie
like
Vulture,
that?
brother, just message us once again, so you can get into a draft once it's been a while, or anyone who,
By the way, definitely respect the take One World. Just don't agree. And there's a video on our page, Javonte versus Najee. You can check that out. I can kind of explain why I believe in him fully.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get this started. So this is a SuperFlex non-tied in premium PPR league. Okay. Did I say that well enough? One quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, a tight end, two flex spots, and a super flex. There is, some bench spots there as well. Again, not tight end premium. It is PPR. It is super flex. There will be 60 seconds on the clock, and then we will change it to 30 seconds at some point. So back in Aid 2 is at the 101. I think he has a 101 in one of our follower leagues.
He does have the 101 in one of our follow leagues. He traded away. Trippy had the 101 and he traded away, I think, for the 105, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
I could be wrong. So there's a lot of people in here that are in our Dynasty Startup leagues. And if you want to be a part of that, patreon.com/Fantasyland fan, that's in the description below. We have a redraft, Dynasty, or you can do both, where it's best of both worlds. Zach can probably paste that in the chat.
Sure.
If you have any questions, our third league is already filling up. Our first and second league are filled. We should be doing the draft order reveal sometime this week on our second league. We'll keep you guys updated that are part of that league as well.
So Josh Allen at the 1-1, then Patty, Herbert, Murray, and Joe Burrow. I think this all makes sense. I think, like I said, the top 6 is probably going to be quarterbacks. However you want to go. Maybe JT slips in there somewhere. So Trippy currently has the 101 in the Charlie League. So we'll see what Trippy does with that. I assume it's probably going to be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, right? Zach Stroud mentioned in the chat, he said Watson was a Falcons ball boy as a kid, grew up in Georgia. Hey, there you go.
Oh, wow.
I mean, maybe there's some
That's
sentiment to that. Brian says, if we can get 9,001 likes, can we make Badaki dress up like Goku? If there's ever 9,000 likes on this video, Badaki will 100% do a live stream dressed as Grogu. No questions asked. No questions asked at all. That's funny. All right, so Jonathan Taylor is off the board here at the 1-7. again, the reason I say this spiel every time is because there are new people who watch these videos later. So I'll just say it one last time. I do believe that if you're in the first 6, you should take one of these quarterbacks. The longevity of these quarterbacks versus a guy like Jonathan Taylor, most of these quarterbacks are definitely going to outlast him, right? Even as far as like being fantasy relevant players, we love Jonathan Taylor right now, but running backs don't last as long as almost any other position. So I do think if you're top 6 pick, you do need to go and get a quarterback. But after that, go JT if you want that generational talent.
It can be whatever.
But
whatever
I'll
you
also
like.
say, I'm not saying that you can't take Jonathan Taylor anywhere from like the 1-2 to the 1-6. I'm just saying I would not do that. Okay.
Come on.
Now Jamar Chase, I'm gonna go ahead and grab him off the board here at the 1.8, and we'll see what Casey does. We do like I like March Madness. I don't know if Badaki watches March Madness as much.
I don't watch March Madness. Basketball, the thing is,
What?
no, just basketball in general, which is NBA or March Madness. They just play too many games. It feels like that. I just can't follow it, and I feel like those early games are just, they don't feel important to me, and that sounds crazy until the playoffs. Like I love watching NBA to the playoffs and watching March Madness because that's what matters. But throughout the season, it just doesn't feel like it matters to me.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't mind watching it.
Also, we just hit 40 likes.
You like that?
Thank you so much.
You like that?
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support there on the stream. All right, so
100%.
at the 1.9, we see Justin Jefferson and then Trey Lance at the 110. Badaki, you're drafting at the 111 in our startup. What's the thought process here?
Here's the thought process. Look, I'm going to be drafting from the 111 for a while. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm going to try a couple of different strategies. My whole thought process is to get a quarterback and solidify a quarterbacks early, especially at the 111. So a guy that I didn't expect to fall to me, which I think he fell to me last time, it was Dak Prescott. So I'm going to try and see how I feel. He's technically in my QB 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This makes sense. Why not take him here? Yeah, I'll take Dak Prescott and see how I feel. And
I'm
then we'll
surprised because I thought someone else was. I thought you were talking about someone else. But let's let this play out because there's a conversation you and I have been having a lot throughout this offseason about a particular player. And anyway, let's just wait and see where he goes because let's just wait. Let's just wait and have that conversation here in a second. I want to give a massive shout out to Josh Stump, who just signed up to our Patreon.
Oh man, thank you so much. But I didn't even see the notification.
You're probably watching right now. Huge love, man. We will send you a message after the live streaming and give you some information on what your league will look like there. Huge love. So that's who I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Deshaun Watson. Now that his name has been cleared, you can feel about it however you want to feel about it. But I think we all can agree he's probably playing in 2022. There might be a suspension. I don't think there will be at this point. I could be wrong. There might be a suspension, but it seems like the NFL is like, if the legal system didn't do anything, we're not going to do anything. I can't speak on that. I don't know. But I thought you were going to go Watson there, to be honest.
The thought process is that Watson won't be here for me, So I said last time that Watson can fall to me, but I do believe if he does get suspended for 6 games, 4 games, people are still going to take him right after Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. A quarterback that's going to come in and be there for the next 5, 6, 7 years that is still young in his prime. Why not? So if I was 1.6, 1.7, that's what I'll be doing.
Let's just clarify one thing as you're about to make a pick. Go make your pick.
I have
If Watson is there, let's just clarify. If Watson's there and he's playing, you're taking Watson over Dak,
no
right?
doubt.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
Sure.
I am taking Watson over him. I think I want to keep it as realistic as possible in my perspective, in my pick when I'm drafting. If he's there available at the 111, absolutely, I'm taking him.
Okay.
So
this is interesting for me because now there's a pretty big tier drop off for these quarterbacks. Russell Wilson was kind of the last quarterback I really wanted to invest in there. Here in the second round, I'm not a Jalen Hurts believer. I don't think he's the future. So I might go an alternate strategy here.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go ahead and grab my wide receiver 3. And my wide receiver 3 is A.J. Brown. So I'm going to start wide receiver here. You guys know I'm a big wide receiver guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeremy, I could take Hurts. I'm not a Hurts guy. Could take Trevor Lawrence. I don't want him there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's no one there that I really want to take.
100%, and I agree. And it's like if you don't get these quarterbacks early, then the value drop on these quarterbacks is tremendous. And one of these guys that are down here, the Mac Jones, the Tuas, the Zach Wilsons, one of these guys could finish top 15, top 10 potentially. We just don't know who that's going to be.
Yeah, let's quickly address a couple of the chats. Sean
Mhm.
said, Dynasty League, I'm rebuilding, going young. Trade away Kelsey and Sanders, got back ET and Javante and Fryermuth. How did I do? I think you absolutely smashed it out of the park, man.
Yeah,
No
loved
questions
it.
asked.
Mhm.
Stumpif said, I just joined Patreon. That must be you over there, man. Really appreciate you, bro. He said, for the Dynasty League, let's go. Word to Kirk Cousins.
You like that?
Awesome, man.
You like that?
We really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much once
Yeah, man.
again for supporting us. And yeah, man, you're gonna get a lot of exclusive stuff. We'll send you a message after this live stream. Jeremy, yeah, I like Justin Fields. We are Justin Fields believers here, in at least Zach and I are Justin Fields believers in Dynasty. So I love taking Justin Fields.
I think there's more positives
Yeah.
that I can look at from Fields' year one, than negatives. There are negatives. There's things that he needs to work on, but I'm more excited about the positives despite the circumstances he had to overcome. Javante Williams at the
invest in
2.6.
him as well.
Debo at the 2.7. We've had this conversation, Badaki. I'm not comfortable taking Debo in the second round. I know everyone else
Agreed.
is. I'm not comfortable taking him that early just because of the injury history. I would have taken CeeDee Lamb over him, but I understand why people love him. And Waddle, but I'm a big Waddle guy. So Swift and then Waddle. I mean, there's some massive, massive values here in the second round right now, it feels.
Yeah,
Like
there definitely
we
is.
typically aren't seeing Waddle and Swift go that late. It feels like real good value for whoever's at the 1-3
and I
1-4.
think that's because we just understand what's happening now. We have a little bit more information about these people. The expectation of Melvin not being signed so far feels like Javante Williams is going to be the lead back. Deshaun Watson coming back, and feeling Russell Wilson getting traded with all these weapons around him now. There's so many things I feel like we kind of understand and know now that makes it more comfortable makes us more comfortable to take some of these quarterbacks now earlier, I feel.
All right, so then Tyreek goes off the board. I understand why you would do that to stack with Patty. I'm not sure I want to invest a second rounder in Tyreek, but I understand where you're coming from there. Sean just commented and said, just wondering how full are the new startups? So Sean, how we've been approaching these leagues is every time a league is full, Badaki and I literally like FaceTime each other and we say, all right, can we do another league and give 100% to all the other ones? And if the answer is yes, we open another league. So we have filled up 2 leagues now. The third one is filling as far as leagues we're doing this offseason, new ones. But yeah, Sean, if you wanted to be in another one, just let us know. Send us a message over there on the fantasy hotline on Discord. Mark Andrews at the 212. Again, I despise being at the 1 spot or the 12 spot in dynasty startups because it feels like you have to reach. And I'm not saying that Andrews or Metcalf is a reach there. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying we will see this throughout the draft, and you'll experience it throughout your drafts. If you're at the 1 or the 12, it's really frustrating how much you have to reach because there are 24 picks in between your picks. It's genuinely the worst drafting experience. I would much rather be from the 4s to the 8s, somewhere around there. It feels like players fall to you at better values, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Then CMC at the 3-2.
I agree.
And by the way, Metcalf feels like I feel like people are going to get him out of value. I know Badaki and I disagree on this, but I really feel like you're going to start to get Metcalf out of value in some of these dynasty startups. Then we see T. Higgins at the 3-3. Love me some T. Higgins. That makes him the wide receiver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 off the board. He is my wide receiver 6. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Look, I'm really interested. I know this is random, but I really wonder. Oh, Sean, thank you. That's huge. He just pledged the year. Thank you so much, Sean. We really appreciate you, man. I just saw that.
Oh, Sean A.
All love, brother. Appreciate you. What was I gonna say? Deshaun Watson in his trades. I wonder if those
Sean,
trade packages
sorry,
are
just
gonna
quickly,
come
I
out.
just want to say thank you, Sean. We'll I'm not sure exactly what that is, but we'll look at it afterwards and make sure and send you a message and and hook you up. Unless you're just paying a year in advance, which is amazing as well. 10% off. Sorry, so you were saying Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts off the board.
I was saying about Deshaun Watson in these packages that that the Texans have technically agreed on. I wonder what those packages are for these players. You know, like I wonder who's part of that conversation. Like for example, the Saints, is Alvin Kamara part of that package? Is Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, some of these guys are offensive linemen. Same thing with the Panthers. Like I feel like he's not gonna go to the Panthers if DJ Moore is not there, if CMC is not there. Like why go to that team if these guys aren't going to be there and you can kind of build around with them? I wonder what that looks like.
Makes sense.
Obviously his picks, but we'll see.
Okay, yeah. Sean said just upgraded my payment to yearly instead of monthly. That makes sense. Hey, if anyone out there is already supporting us on Patreon, we just got the opportunity to change to a yearly option. So some people do want to do yearly so they don't have to think about it every month. If you do the yearly, you also get 10% off. So, have a look at that if you're interested. Shane said, do you think Noah Fant or Mike Gesicki are worth a first in a 12 team so tight end premium? No.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe Noah Fant, but no, because of how young he is in the talent profile. But I don't think so. All right, this is interesting. I love the wide receivers that I started with. And now I do feel like I do need to go quarterback here. I'm pretty confident that if I don't go quarterback, there's going to be a tier drop. So do I want to build young or... this is tough. This is tough.
Whoa.
I don't think Stafford's the wrong answer, but I kind of want to build a little bit younger here, guys. So I'm going to go Mac Jones. I know a lot of people are going to dislike that pick at the 3.8. There will be a lot of people commenting saying that that's a bad pick. I understand, but I fully believed that if I didn't get Mac Jones, he wouldn't have fallen to me at the 4 or 5. Could be wrong. I don't know. But not an ideal, this is why I always look at these drafts and I say to myself, man, it's really not ideal when you don't get a quarterback in the first or second round, is it?
No,
here we are. This is why we mock.
Yeah, 100%.
Gremlin, what's up, John? Gremlin says, how are the startup drafts? Fast or slow? So for the startup drafts, we live stream them. So there'll be about a minute and a half on the clock. So kind of like a regular draft, I guess. Brian says, do you guys ever play other fantasy sports? I play baseball every year. We're not big enough into baseball to really focus on it too much, to be honest. Andrew says, thoughts on CMC at the 3-2. Don't love, but could not pass up. He's only 25 after all. Team looks good for win now. Yeah, if it's a win now team, definitely. I mean, the 3-2 looks like great value for CMC. And I know people aren't going to like it, but I don't really want to build around him in my future unless I am a win now team. But I definitely think it makes a lot of sense there. All right, so you went Elijah Moore over Kupp and Godwin.
Yeah.
Is that just because of the team?
I technically have Kupp over Moore.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually I'm pretty sure I have Elijah Moore over Godwin at the moment.
Okay. So Godwin is my wide receiver 14. Elijah is my 16. However, there's a tier gap between them for me. But if you're trying to build young, I get it.
Yeah, Elijah Moore and Chris Godwin are in the same tier.
Yeah,
for me. I'm just looking at. Should I go with another wide receiver?
Gremlin says that's a bad pick from a Rams fan. Shane says instead of Mac Jones, depending on landing spot, I think that pick should be Malik Willis. I just think there's a much higher chance that Malik is a bust compared to Mac.
Where am I going?
So I get where you're coming from, but for me, I'm not really comfortable spending a third round pick on any rookie. I do think rookies earliest they should go as a 4th. In the quarterbacks, I think the earliest the rookie quarterback should go as a 5th or 6th personally, but that's just me. I mean, for Malik, I just think there's a lot of areas that he needs to work on, and we actually don't even know what his landing spot is going to be. So we'll see. I mean, I just think I know what I know with Mac Jones right now. Is he ever going to be a top 5 guy? No, but I think he has top 12 years ahead of him. I mean, he threw 22 touchdowns with Jacoby Myers as his wide receiver 1. So I'm happy to grab him there.
What's the difference between Willis and Trey Lance? I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, I guess situation. We don't know the situation obviously with Malik, but yeah, actually, they look pretty. They feel, at least right now on paper, if I'm thinking about it, they do look and feel pretty similar. They both are.
There was a lot less reservations about Lance coming in, guys, and he also landed in a much better system.
Yeah, I think he maybe just talking about like talent wise. Like obviously they both do their quarterbacks. They both have nice arms, like really good deep ball arms.
Right.
I don't know about accuracy. I need to double check that and everything. But it's interesting. It's a good conversation to have.
Yeah,
for sure.
So these are 2 quarterbacks that I really believe in that a lot of people are much lower on than me. So I'm fine to take them here. Again, I don't want to wait until there's another teardrop with these quarterbacks. I want at least 2 quarterbacks that I believe in. I'm pretty much team Tua since that buy or sell video that we did. You guys can check that out on our video, but on our channel, there's a video where we did buy or sell for Tua. So, again, I probably could have gone Stafford and Aaron Rodgers instead, but I don't really want to build a team with that sort of timeline. Yeah. Yeah, Lance has a lot to prove, guys. He does have a lot to prove. But I feel much better about drafting Lance based off of not only my evaluation of him, but Shanahan's evaluation of him. Do you know what I mean? I trust Shanahan as an evaluator over myself. So we'll see. Do I think Lance at the 110 could be a bust? Any player who hasn't proven himself could be a bust for sure. But, yeah, we'll see.
That's the hard part
Kenny
for me.
says not early for Mac at all. Don says chasing value and youth with your quarterbacks there, Zach. Agree to disagree, man. I really think that Tua should be a 4th-round pick. One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL already last year. I think he takes the next step this year. And I've already said what I feel about Mac Jones. But Drew says, I feel like you 2 always end up with similar teams. Yeah, I feel like Padaki always gets Elijah Moore. That's true.
No, yeah, no doubt about it. And this is you get you guys, you know, like, and I think that's what's very interesting. It's not that I try not to. It's not that I like to mix it up, but at the same time, like I got Joe Mixon, for example, and this is the first time I got Joe Mixon in a mock draft. So I wanted to switch up. Same thing with Dak Prescott. I try to lean away from Dak Prescott. I would have definitely gone to Sean. So you get you guys.
Let me just throw out one little thought here, because Don, you had mentioned that I'm chasing value and youth with my quarterbacks. So help me understand Trevor Lawrence at the 3-4. Why is that different? Just a genuine question. You know, do you believe in Trevor Lawrence? Do you believe in the youth, even though he had a much worse season? I think I still believe in Trevor Lawrence. I don't think the 3-4 is too early for him. I think Mac Jones just gets a bad rap because he's not mobile and because, you know, people view him in a certain light. So I just want to throw that question out there. You know, it's interesting when we think about it from that perspective. What's up, Condo? Garrett, I know this is a very realistic draft. I agree. It feels that way to me. Brian says 2 in the 4th is better than Hurts in the 3rd. No job security. Hey, we're on the same page there, but I understand why people believe in Jalen. Jordan says, really interesting to see the difference in value for these rookies and startups. Watch one yesterday. Brees went 207, Malik 308. Yeah, it's interesting to me because I think Brees will go higher. To be honest, Brees could go in the 3rd. That wouldn't surprise me. But it is going to depend on landing spot. You will see a lot of these rookies go higher once we know the landing spot for them, for sure.
Everything is going to depend on landing spot for these guys. And, you know, we're just taking them with the expectation that these guys are going to have good landing spots. You know, like 4-3, that's a decent landing spot.
Yeah.
You know?
Aaron says, what if you picked Kupp at the 311, then traded him to the team with more to get picks plus players? I guess you're taking a big chance there, Aaron, in assuming that the guy who has Elijah Moore wants Cup. Do you know what I mean? I think that's
Exactly.
the only issue there.
I think another thing is like you're taking a chance on, Cup trying to finish at least in the top. Not that he won't finish in top 10 or even top 5. I do believe he could finish, but like once you get that little bit of drop in production or value, or he doesn't finish wide receiver 1, then there's always questions. Oh, well, he's going to keep falling down. That's how you do trades. Cooper Kupp finished wide receiver 6. Oh man, that's a huge drop from wide receiver 1 that past year. There's just so many different scenarios depending on who you're trading with. That can happen. So I'd rather solidify my young team and then just move on from there.
I'm seeing some comments about people thinking that Tua is going to be replaced by Teddy.
I don't think so.
No,
I see the comments.
Anything's possible. I think that's a real reach, guys. This organization has done everything this offseason to show that they believe in Tua, right? They got rid of the coach who wanted Watson. They got a coach who said, yeah, Tua's the guy. He's come on multiple times and said that he's excited about working with Tua. And I think that Tua's name is just, we're way undervaluing Tua. Let me throw some stats at you real quick, okay? 9th in true completion percentage. This is last year. 4th in play action completion percentage. 3rd highest accuracy rating according to Player Profiler. The highest deep ball completion percentage on throws of more than 20 yards. The highest red zone completion percentage. This is all Tua in his 3rd year. Don't forget the run that he went on. I just think we're massively underselling Tua as a community. So I'm going to stand up for him. I'm going to speak for Tua if no one else will. I'll be that guy. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I've loved what I've seen from him. So
yeah, and I think you guys should watch. I think what is it, Buy or Sell or Time to Panic on Tua. We definitely made that video, and you can kind of understand our thoughts. Tua missed a lot of games, but if he would have continued playing those games, he wouldn't have finished top 15 quarterback. And
by the way, we already saw
conversation.
We saw Teddy with arguably a better overall offense around him, and he was already not the answer for Denver.
Agreed.
Keeping in mind that Tua, the Dolphins had literally the worst offensive line last year, according to PFF. Like there wasn't a worse offensive line. So just some things to keep in mind. Just throwing some thoughts out there. All right, who's available as far as the running backs go?
I need thee to smoke.
I'm not sure if there's any running backs I really want to invest in right here.
Really, I trust. Sometimes you just gotta invest, man. Sometimes you just gotta grab your guy.
Oh, I'm gonna go Devonta Smith for sure. I'll grab Devonta here as my 3rd wide receiver at the 5'8". Again, hoping that Jalen Hurts isn't the long-term answer. I don't dislike Jalen Hurts as a person, okay? I just don't really think he's the future of this team. Garrett says, as a Broncos fan, I'll give Teddy 0% chance to take this job. No, here's the thing, though. I think it's a great signing for Miami, okay? Because there have been some injury issues with Tua in the past. So if he does have some injury issues, we hope that doesn't happen. But if he does have some injury issues, they have a really good backup. And that is what Tua is. He's not a starter. We definitely know that by now after what happened in Carolina and in Denver, Glad to see all the convos, though. We do love the convos. Don says, I totally agree with you, Zach. I think both of those, Jones and Tua, have solid profiles and will be in the league for years. Was trying to highlight the value you were getting. For sure. Oh, okay. So I read it wrong. Drusa says, I'm honestly surprised Judy isn't going in the 4th. He's super young.
5th, yeah.
Generational prospect. Finally has a quarterback. Yeah, I honestly probably should have considered him over Devonta. I just think he might have been buried in the ADP. That's my bad. I'm trying to keep up with the chat and everything. It gets a little bit difficult. All right, so you went St. Brown there.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I wonder how the fantasy. How are you guys feeling about this Chark signing? I know a lot of people on Twitter have been raving about, "Oh, Monra is done now," and blah blah blah. He's not going to be the guy anymore.
I don't think he's done, but I'll say this because I know you're very much on the Amon-Ra is going to be who he was last year. I just think I don't think Chark hurts him. I just think we have to remember when he was peaking, there was no Swift, there was no TJ Hawkinson, there was no other wide receivers there. So he's still going to be very valuable. And I like where you got him, by the way, at the 5'11". But I just don't think he's going to be this top 5 wide receiver that we saw, the last 5 weeks.
to another running back here. I'm gonna go Monty. I'm going with my rankings. Monty is technically my next guy up.
Yep.
It feels okay right there. Yeah, look, I get the thought process with all these guys being back, but I think there's a lot of opportunity there for all these guys. I mean, Amon-Ra is not gonna get double team. I feel like TJ could get. I don't know. There's so many different scenarios that can happen. Yeah, I just think
And this is hard, man,
Amon-Ra
because
is gonna continue.
I was thinking running back here for team fit, but I don't like any of the running backs, and I do like the wide receivers that are still on the board here. Is Bateman still on the board, or am I making that up? Is Bateman gone? Wait, what, is
No,
Hollywood gone? All right, I'm going to take Hollywood here at the 6'5" as my fourth wide receiver. Only 24 years old. I think he's being massively undervalued. Bateman or Hollywood are great values here in the 6th round, in my opinion.
I said, why not Alvin? You think why not Alvin? Kamara. I think I want to stray away. I'm going with a younger position here. I mean, Monty is what, 24, 25 years old. Yeah,
Hasn't
24
had a
years
second
old.
contract. It's hard to invest into running backs that are already on their second deal if your team is futuristic focused.
So I'm trying. Yeah, and that's the thing. I like to focus on futuristic teams. So I think Monty could have a good finish. He finished top 5. Not this past year, but the year before, and I think he can get there again. He did get hurt.
Yeah.
There was a stride with him when he was going on for a little bit and then got hurt. So I see him continuing that. And they got rid of Tariq and whatever the case is, whatever was going to happen, even though he didn't do anything this past year. But I like him.
Hey, shout out to everyone who is dropping a like. Could we potentially hit 50 likes?
You like that? You like that?
Maybe. With your help, we might be able to get there. Appreciate you guys.
Surprising.
Thanks for the love tonight. All right. And by the way, let's highlight Zach Wilson at the 6'7", because to be honest, when
That's
you look at
fantastic.
Mac Jones in the 3'8", Trevor Lawrence at the 3'4", Tua at the 4'5", and then you see Zach Wilson at the 6'7", you think to yourself, well, dang, I mean, we still love Zach Wilson as a prospect. I don't know. It feels like that's pretty damn good value for Zach Wilson at the 6'7".
Yeah, I love Zach Wilson. He's a guy that I think could have a great second year and another year in this offense, and they're building around him as well. So it's gonna be very, very interesting.
McLaughlin says, I like Monty. I'm just surprised he's on the board. Trying to keep up with the chat, guys. Sorry. Fantasy Condo had a question.
Yeah.
He said, Ayuk and the 105 or T. Higgins? I would probably go T. Higgins there, but Aki might see that a little bit differently. I'm pretty high on T. Higgins, and I just love the situation. We know he's connected to a good quarterback. We know he is an elite wide receiver. At least I believe so.
Yeah.
We just don't know what's going to happen with that 106.
I actually believe that's pretty fair. I don't think you lose there. Ayuk is quote unquote paired with Trey Lance, where everyone thinks he's a top 10 quarterback. So if that can continue, that would be amazing, or that will happen.
Yeah.
And the 105, you can get Garrett Wilson, a Drake London, a Traylon Burks won't fall to you, but a Chris Olave, depending on how your draft board goes. I'm willing to take a chance on that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fairly even. Fairly even.
I love the Bateman and Olave values here in the 6th round, by the way. Olave was someone I was considering here at the 6.5, and if he falls into a favorable landing spot, I could very easily go Olave over one of those Baltimore wide receivers. So I like that. I think Kittle's great value. You like that? I like that. Shane says Pickett over Zach Wilson seems dumb. I think, choose your guy. If you believe in Pickett that much, for sure. I think we might all agree that we're a little bit rookie crazed at the moment. That might be a part of it. Then Ayuk goes at the 6'10".
I agree with you, Fancy.
So essentially,
I think DJ Chark is more of a deep threat, which actually helps underneath target fancy media from Monroe. Yeah, I agree. Anyways, continue.
Essentially, when you think about it, so T. Higgins is a 3-3 in the startup. So essentially, you're saying, and he probably goes earlier than most. So essentially, you're saying, do I want the first 3rd round pick in a startup, or do I want the 6'10" in a startup and the 105 as a rookie? Right? That's maybe just a different way to think about it from that trade that was sent through. All right, and then Kenneth Walker at the 6'11". That feels like really, really good value at that point to get Kenneth Walker at the 6'11", guy that we both really, really like.
Yeah.
I think I'm higher on him than you, but we think we both really like him.
Yeah, 100%. Drew said, "I don't think we can slot Lance into a top 10 quarterback, considering he's benched behind an injured and super average Jimmy G." Hey, I said the same thing. I know a lot of people have him in the top 10, top 12.
Yeah,
I think he has
a
the potential to be there. I don't think he is right now, and I think I'm so surprised that people will take him at the 110, for example, because you get your guy, you believe in him, you believe in his upside, his rushing upside as well. So,
here's the thing. Hold on. So, like, there's no question to me that Lance is a top 10 fantasy dynasty quarterback if he starts. Now, if Jimmy G starts this year, it's a possibility. I don't think it happens. But if Jimmy G starts this year, then you start asking yourself questions, right? Then you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? So if you own Trey Lance, you really want to see Jimmy G traded in the next couple weeks. You do not want to see this keep extending itself. Do you know what I mean? All right, Kenneth Walker, Michael Carter, A.J. Dillon, Christian Watson, and Josh Jacobs. I think I don't know. I could be wrong here. It feels a little early for A.J. Dillon and Christian Watson, considering the value still on the board. Is that just me?
No, I definitely agree. There's definitely some other players I would have taken. I see
Watson at the 7-2 feels like just
3 people I would have taken over
early.
Yeah, Watson for sure. I agree.
Yeah. King Yada says St. Brown will prove whoever wrong, and I'm a UCLA fan. He went to USC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, there's a lot of questions around Amon-Ra. I'm not questioning his talent. I'm just questioning if the situation's going to line up the same exact way. 56 likes on the stream.
You like that?
All love.
You like that?
Thank you so much, guys. Really
You
appreciate
like that? You like that?
You like that? I need to smoke. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Have you heard that Kid Cudi song back in the day?
Yeah.
I'm just what you make. Not really. I trust. No. For some reason, it just came up in my head.
Shane says, I think we're actually going to hit 75 likes today. We could. I mean, we're getting close.
Yeah, good. Yeah, guys.
And if we do, Badaki might have to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey.
Is that what it's at right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's on right now. We're at 58 likes.
Guys,
So
please do bet $10 on the Giants winning. I'll even double that. I'll put 25.
Okay.
I'll do more than double if you would change that. I would rather not have an Eli Manning. Essentially, it's the same thing. I would rather lose my money that way than actually have a jersey that I would never wear or have on my body. So help me out.
Larry says, do you think Pickett starts this year with Pittsburgh going to Mitch? No. I mean, if Pittsburgh drafts a quarterback, it'll be Mitch starting this year, I think. That's my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. All right, Alvin Kamara that late feels pretty crazy, guys. Feels pretty crazy that he fell that far. And here I am on the board, and I do need a running back. And at this point, with my team, I don't really want to go a younger running back, but I will say that it feels like really great value with Nick Chubb sitting there. I don't think I can let Nick Chubb go. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft Nick Chubb here at the 7.8 as my first running back.
He was the only guy I had on my queue.
I just don't think I can leave him, you know what I mean, off the board there at the 7.8.
Yeah,
Lay off the weed. Yep. Super. Well, here's the thing, Brian. I'm going super 0 RB, but Nick Chubb is there in the 7th. I know he's on his second contract, but I very much take the approach of try and find late round steals in dynasty startups. I don't want to invest into running backs early. That's just my philosophy.
Oh man, that makes my decision so much harder.
Jahan Dotson off the board.
Jahan Dotson.
Andrew said Watson equals Debo. The Watson Waddle Tua trio will prove you all wrong. Watson? What are we talking about there? Watson. You're saying Christian Watson's going to Miami? We'll see. Oh, Watson is not Debo, though. have to agree. I have to disagree there, but love the passion for him for sure.
I think I can get this guy later, so I'm gonna try.
King Yada says, look at what we did without Brees. I'll pass on Alvin too. Makes sense. Lachlan says Kamara that late is a little wild. It's a steal. I agree. I think it's a steal as well.
Doubt.
Which couple rookie quarterbacks do you think throws the best deep ball? I think Malik is in a class of his own with this class in particular as far as arm strength goes. Okay, so we see Dotson, Pickens, and you went Kadarius Toney. You know, 3 wide receivers that I like on your team, but 3 wide receivers I'm not sure or 100% solidified knowing that they're going to be, you know, top 15 guys. I don't know. How do you feel about that approach?
I like Elijah Moore. You know, coming into last year, I think Elijah Moore could be a top 15 guy. He's in my top 15 already in my dynasty rankings.
Right.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think he's in my top 20. Kadarius Toney, my top 25, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So these are the guys that I love. I would invest in. I know a lot of question marks. You know, Zach Wilson, the guy. I think if there's anyone here that I think will have the most success, will probably be Elijah Moore, and then St. Brown, then Kadarius Toney, based on that quarterback plays. But I'm willing to take the chance. You know, explosive, especially Kadarius Toney, explosive. He's a.
I'm gonna change it to 30 seconds, guys. I'm gonna change it to 30 seconds here at Badaki's pick.
And I'm gonna take another guy once again with the quarterback play in question, but I still believe in, because I'm hoping. And I know a lot of people don't like the signing, but I think Mitch Trubisky will spread the ball around a lot more than Big Ben did, and I'm taking Chase Claypool here at the 8-2. Feels like this draft is going hella slow.
Well, I just changed it to 30 seconds. Yeah.
No, I know, but I like him. I like his value. Still young guy. Even if they do draft a quarterback like a Malik or Willis, a Malik, sorry, or Pickett, then I'm down.
Wow, James Cook that early. Does that not feel early for James Cook?
You know, it definitely is early, but you know, his second running back, he took him over. Yeah, I mean, he believes in James Cook. I don't know. I need you're on the clock here. No pressure. 30 seconds on the clock. Swift plus Etienne plus Barkley could end up as the best running back core of the draft. Swift, Etienne, Barkley. Who has that? Does someone have that here? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, Don does. You know, but the only questions are the wide receiver room now. There's a lot of. We love Burks, we love Olave, but see, that's what happens if you go heavy running back. Your wide receivers are questionable. If you go heavy wide receiver, your running backs are questionable. I mean, I definitely get it. There's 2 sides to each coin, isn't there?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Brian Badaki gets an A already. Appreciate you, man. Fat fingered that one super early for Cook for sure. Was supposed to be James Conner, he said. Okay.
Who was? Oh, James Cook was supposed to be James Conner. Okay. I was just a little bit like, what is going on?
Until Kamara gets suspended.
Why is Waller available? Good question. I mean, he'll probably go soon now that we're talking about him, but it's not tight end premium. I guess some people wouldn't want to build around him going forward. I still believe in him. I would still be comfortable with having him as my dynasty wide receiver. All right, guys, we are a couple likes away from 60 likes.
You like that?
You could help us reach this like goal today of 75 likes. We've never hit 75 likes on a stream before. And if we do, Badaki either has to bet $10 on the Giants winning the NFC East. He said he would double it if you guys chose that option. He said he would do $20 on the NFC East.
I'll do 25.
Or buy an Eli Apple's Giants jersey. We'll have to see what it ends up being if we hit that like goal. But thanks so much for the love tonight. And then we see Waller go off the board, right? I mean, anytime someone's highlighted, then he goes. And then Damian Harris at the 8-10, which is relatively good value as well. Most people are saying it's a coin toss between the Saints and Panthers for Watson.
I was really about to read that.
Interesting.
I wonder why he would go Saints though. Like, unless
you know what is so good for
Houston
Houston
in general,
guys. This trade for Watson is going to be historic. This will be probably the biggest trade for a quarterback we've ever seen. I mean, think about it. Watson, we already know who he is, and you have 2 divisional teams battling for him. This is perfect for the Texans. I mean, you literally have Saints and Panthers in the same division battling and putting up offers against each other. Oh, this is crazy. This is awesome. I think it's going to be a massive deal.
I just wonder which team he will go to. Like, I think it'll be Saints. I think it'll be Saints purely because, well, if I'm going to go to the Panthers and you're going to give away CMC and DJ Moore and 3 picks, there's no point. Might as well stay on a team that has nothing, that is in a dome. He's going to play in home game domes, which is also another thing that maybe he's probably considering. The location as well, you know, the coaching staff around him, the history around these Saints, you know, the crazy fans, which maybe he wants, you know, and the division.
It's funny. I was watching a video the other day and it said 50, like ranking states as far as living in them from 50 to 1. Number 50, Louisiana. I just thought that was funny. I'm not saying that it's a bad state to live in, but someone on YouTube does. Damian Harris, Rashad White, Sam Howell, then Isaiah Spiller, Mike Evans, Ramondre Stevenson. So Garrett gets both of the running backs locked up. Then we get Sutton and Clyde off the board. You know, I do feel good about this team here. I like my young pieces. I like the running backs that I have and where I got them. Not a massive fan of Aaron Jones, but feels better about having Aaron Jones for the next 3 years when you know that Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Whoa. I need
Don says Waller doesn't fit my team structure, but the value was just too good to give up. I can definitely understand where you're coming from there. We see Amari Cooper off the board, baby. In the 9th round, I was really curious where he was going to fall. Super interesting with him. I'm actually really loving the value that's on the board right now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Sky Moore in the 9th round at the 9.8. I'll take someone that is, well, I would consider one of my guys. I think he could end up in the first, probably second in the real draft, but could end up in the first. And then Zeke, you know, another guy you really don't want to build around, but at this point in the draft, it feels like a great value. And I will highlight DeAndre Hopkins, by the way, because someone sent us a message, and there's been quite a few people sending us messages about Davante Adams and saying, you know, hey, I'm a win now team. I want to go trade for Davante Adams. What it's going to take you to get Davante Adams compared to DeAndre Hopkins, it's crazy how different it is. DeAndre Hopkins, 29 years old. Davante Adams, 29 years old. Right now, DeAndre Hopkins has a longer contract. He's on the books for the next 3 years, both connected to very good quarterbacks. Would you prefer Davante? Of course, but I just want to throw this out there. If there's any win now teams that are watching this right now, go trade for DeAndre Hopkins, because his value right now, if you're a win now team, is in a very favorable situation. Where did Davante Adams go here in this draft? Davante Adams went in the 3rd round. I'm not saying that's wrong to take him there. I'm not saying that at all. But look at the difference between them. And I'm still of the belief that DeAndre Hopkins can have a top 10 season this year, maybe next year, right? I still think that he can have that kind of season. So for me, I feel like DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best buy low, win now, trade targets. So then we see Schultz off the board, Renfro and Gallup at the 10-1. So I was curious to see what Gallup's ADP would look like, Badaki, after the news.
Yeah. Now he's here, and I'm looking at another piece here. What am I trying to do? I think I'm just gonna go a win now. Actually, no. I'm gonna do Tony. Do Tony Pollard. 2 Cowboys back to back. Maybe I'm trying to think who I should have taken there. No, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Tony. I thought about getting Lenny, but I think Tony could definitely take the opportunity once Zeke is gone, or whenever that's gonna happen, honestly.
Okay, so Lenny's off the board. While I'm not a big Hurts lover, I'll go ahead and take Dallas Goedert here as my tight end in the 10th round.
Dallas Goedert.
You want a Goedert?
Goedert.
Goedert, my guy. Goedert.
Two Cowboys great dropping fast. 100%. I technically have 3. I got Dak, bro. So I'm really down there
Scott
now.
Kobe, by the way, welcome. He said, sorry, jumped on late. What do you guys think of Devontae Adams in a situation threatening not to play? I think it's all a ploy for a contract. You know, I don't think there's any way Devontae Adams is not in Green Bay in 2022, and he'll have a contract, whether it's 1 year or 3 or whatever it looks like. But it's just a ploy for him to get more money. He has leverage right now. And I was worried because the Aaron Rodgers contract details weren't coming out. I didn't know if he was holding that up because of the Devontae Adams situation. But now that contract's official, like, to me, it feels as if, no, he'll definitely be back. Like, no questions asked.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, why not? Why not? At least for Aaron Rodgers' sake, he was like, well, the only way I'm signing is if you're going to continue and bring back Devontae Adams. There's no way Devontae Adams is going to another team,
Right?
And then they just sign and agree with Aaron Rodgers. Like, you know what? You guys been doing better. Actually, let's get rid of Devontae now that Aaron signed. Like, that's no way that's happening, you know?
Shane says, I got a 23 first for Lenny as soon as the Brady news hit. That is insane. That is insane value. And it's crazy that some of the trades we see get submitted in the Discord were like, how did the other person justify this trade? Scott says, with Kurt gone, him and Ertz are the main pass catchers in Arizona. I agree. I also think we have to keep in mind, though, Scott, it's not unrealistic. By the way, Brady going in the 11th round. I mean, I didn't even think about him as an option, to be honest. I just, in my mind, he was still retired. That's really great value there from Garrett, and he's building a great team. What was I going to say? We have to keep in mind the Arizona Cardinals are probably in on a wide receiver in the draft now. Right? I mean, second round, third round. There's a lot of value in this year's draft at wide receiver. So
what's their pick, though? Let's see, NFL draft order.
Then Juju goes. Still yet to sign, but I like the value there.
The Cardinals have the 23rd pick in the draft.
Yeah. They'll probably, I imagine they don't go wide receiver there unless there's someone that they love. But I think second round they could draft a wide receiver. Hard to say.
Yeah, definitely hard to say because that would be essentially the end of the second.
So Trippy's got Rondale and Wandale. So he's got Ron the Don and Juan the Don. I can't call him a Don. But Ron the Don and Wandale Robinson. You should call your team, if this is a real team, you should call it Ron and Juan Incorporated.
Ron and Juan.
What is it when they say like defense lawyers? Lawyers? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No idea.
Ron and Juan. Defense lawyers at work. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. You guys know. You guys know. Okay. I'm on the board here.
Whoa.
Interesting how far Devin Singletary has fallen ever since the J.D. McKissick signing. He was going, kind of around round 9. Lockett's value here in the 11th. If you're a win now team, I think it makes a lot of sense to invest into Lockett because I think you probably could have got him later because of the current situation. Maybe 12th round feels a little bit better, 12th or 13th. The only reason I say that is because I think right now people are low on him, but I do expect him to be traded. I don't expect him to start the year in Seattle. Do you feel the same way, Badaki?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't expect him to start in Seattle. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I'm just gonna get.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised David Bell's still on the board. I know that I'm a little bit lower on him after the combine. I know you're a little bit lower on him after the combine, but it doesn't make sense to me how he fell that far in the 11th round. Is that fair to say? I don't know.
No, it's definitely fair to say. I mean, just a lot of question marks now moving forward with him.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of question marks.
Chase Edmonds goes in the 12th round.
I'm getting my quarterback here. Why not?
Man,
Danny.
Chase. I'm not mad at Chase. I'm mad at Miami for signing Chase Edmonds, and when they already have Myles Gaskin, it's just like, what is the thought process there? But again, I think that helps Tua having another pass catching running back like that. But this team needs a true dominant wide running back, and maybe they're still going to go running back in the draft. Do you know what I mean? They're probably still going to get a big body in the draft. Okay, I was going to see how far I could let this guy fall, but at this point of the draft, I think I'm going to take Calvin Ridley. You know, I was just continually waiting, seeing, okay, is Calvin still going to be here? Is he still going to be here for the last 2 rounds? I'll take Calvin here. I think, you know, we have a video coming out soon as to why I think he's a really great late round steal, so I won't say too much, but I just think, again, if we look at a year from now, I feel like Ridley's value is going to be higher than this.
Yeah, it's interesting with Ridley. And
yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think you can probably flip it in a year from now. Hopefully he goes to a decent team with a decent quarterback and then say, you know what? But I think it will be people be hesitant on buying it because at the time didn't play football for a year. He'd be 28 years old. So many different things to question when it comes down to Calvin Ridley.
For sure. Hey guys, thank you to everyone who subscribed tonight. Really means a lot. If you're a long-time lurker, I get it. Like I lurk on pages all the time, and most of the time I don't even realize I'm not subscribed to them. They just keep coming on my feed. So if you are a lurker and you haven't subbed, to be mean a lot if you would drop a sub and join the community here. All right, so then we see Zamir, Mechie, Fant, and Cole Komet. And Brian said, all right, we need the story. How did you and Badaki become friends? So we both went to college here in Sydney, Australia. And then I was living in a house. It's called 18C. Got it tatted. I don't know if you can see that, but it was this iconic house where we just had like 11 boys living in one house. We were all really great friends. We would do everything together. Almost like our little frat house, I guess, really.
Yeah.
And then Badaki came into the house and he lived there. And I think the first time I ever met you was when we were watching the Super Bowl. I think the first conversation we ever had, we were watching Super Bowl.
Yeah, we watched the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl. And I remember coming over and we were like, oh, it's over. And I left early.
You did leave early, yeah.
And I left early thinking that the
comeback
game was over. And they had the comeback. And I was like, oh, Falcons won. And I was like, okay.
Crazy. I know.
Walked away. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And then we just lived together. And we've done a ton of things together since then. So it's been a fun journey. It's been a fun journey for sure.
Now we're here. Getting married.
Who would have thought? Well, we're not getting married. What the hell? The way you phrased that,
we're getting
sounded
married.
really
You and I
weird.
Married. Jokes. Nah, I'm getting married. Exciting.
Anyway, Shane says, "I'm just what you made, God. Not many I trust. I'm gonna go my own way, God. Take my fate wherever you want." I don't know actually what that's from, but
that's I need to smoke. Whoa.
Okay, right.
That's the song.
No, we're not getting married. I'm already married to my wife.
You guys getting married? That's how rumors start.
This is how rumors start, Brian. Nip it in the bud right now. This is a strictly business relationship. Okay. Donovan People-Jones, Gage, Chenault, and Albert Okajakokama goes out the board at the 13-4.
Albert, are you okay? That's what
Albert, are you okay? Much easier to say.
You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
I like it. Albert, are you okay? Are you okay, Albert? Justin Ross, I assume that is. They're at the... I'm just seeing if there's any... Oh, Baker Mayfield's preferred destination in a trade is the Colts.
Oh boy! I mean, do you want that?
Is that an upgrade? Is that an upgrade from Carson Wentz? Genuine question.
Genuine question.
Genuine, like anyone, like feel free to tell me.
I'll be honest
for questioning that.
My first reaction is like, okay, can he make someone fantasy relevant? Has he made anyone fantasy relevant? Probably not. Can he make Michael Pittman, who is a top 15, 20 guy, depending on your rankings? Does he fall now? You know, there's just so many things, so many questions now, and that makes me not want to have Michael Pittman if that does happen in the long term. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. That's my first thought process. If you really wanted to know, guys.
Kyron goes off the board. Then Alexander Madison. 3 likes. Apparently, we're 3. I think it says 4 for me, but we're 3 or 4 likes away from Badaki having to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. We'll see if we get
Guys, please don't do this.
there. Please don't do this to me. Baker Mayfield. Hey, Baker goes off the board as soon as we announce the Colts
Please don't
news.
do this.
Hey, to be honest, if Baker goes to the Colts, it almost feels like there's this weird dark cloud that is out of the way now. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like if Baker goes to the Colts, that would intrigue me a lot more than him being in Cleveland. It almost feels like if you're a quarterback in Cleveland, you are destined for failure. And I know he's played his own part in that, but I was really hoping Chuba was about to come back to me.
Yeah.
You knew that.
So,
you knew that from our most recent video.
That was just, I had a bunch of people on queue, and he was the one that ended up being on queue.
Right. Did Carson Wentz go? No. Okay. I'm gonna grab Carson Wentz as my third quarterback. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm okay with the trade. I do think we gave up a little bit too much, but I'm okay with this move. I don't think we would have gotten any better quarterback. So we'll see.
Larry said, "Where do you rank Watson if he's in Cleveland?"
I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, no matter where he goes, I think he's gonna be top 8.
Yeah.
At least in a dynasty perspective, you take him as high as that. So
I still
don't
think
think
he'd
that
be a
changes.
top 8 guy. You know, it's funny I'm saying that about Cleveland. You know, there's almost this cloud on top of him, but I feel like Deshaun Watson is cloud proof. You know, I mean, it don't matter. Like he can go anywhere and make them a contender. I think that'd be fun as well to see him there. I heard Cleveland wants Carr. I've heard that as well. I don't. So here's what could happen. Here's what could happen. Probably not, but imagine Carr goes to Indianapolis, okay? And then they use whatever picks they got from that trade, the Raiders do, to get Deshaun Watson. Just saying. Maybe. No, Brian, I'm still not a fan of Carson Wentz, but I'll take him as my third quarterback in Dynasty here in the 14th round. I'm still not a fan of the Carson Wentz move, but again, I'm okay with it. And yeah, my initial reactions are always going to be over the top for my team compared to my 1 week later looking back on it. I think that's most of us, but it could be just me. All right, 15th round. This is the last round, guys. Larry says, I'm a Cleveland fan. We suck. It is actually pain. I mean, I feel like Cleveland, Washington, and Detroit fans all have something similar in common. We know that our teams are awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
Apparently, we're at 74 likes. It says 73 for me, but we're getting close, Badaki.
It says 77. GG's. I guess I'll buy an Eli. I see 73 for me as well. I just refreshed.
I see 73. Yeah, I just refreshed. We need 2 more likes, but we'll see. Okay, Van Jefferson. You know, take your shot in the 15th round. Take a shot on a guy that you like, that you believe in. Let's see who's on the board here. You know, for me, I think I'm just gonna grab a running back here. Again, take shots on guys who are late round RBs. So this is kind of how I like to operate. Get my wide receivers that I love, and then take shots on running backs later on in the draft. Okay, we hit 75 likes. We officially hit 75
GGs.
likes, which means that Badaki is going to have to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. Oh my goodness, Daki.
Let's see.
We're going to have to find one.
Giants jersey.
I know that they're available.
The key is it has to be in my size.
No, well, if it's not in your size, you have to buy it and put it on your dog.
I'm looking at an Eli Apple jersey, New York Giants shop right here, right now. Sizes, none unavailable.
Well, you're gonna have to buy it for your dog or hang it up or something.
No, I'm saying there's not even. I can't even buy it. I don't know.
Let me see. Let's look together.
Okay,
Eli
I found one. I
Apple
found one. The
Giants
NFL
jersey.
and Color Rush. I mean, that's $75.
I can't believe there is. Why is this jersey on the Giants website? By the way, I mean you're gonna get a steal here. Was Eli Apple number 28?
No, he's 24.
24. Yeah, so there's no sizes here out of stock. But I bet you if we go to eBay, let's see, Eli Apple Giants jersey.
Well, you can just look it up. I see it here. Eli Apple signed Giants jersey.
There you go,
$95.
$11, bro. I mean, you're getting this at a steal.
That ended. Where do you see that at?
No, buy it now. This is a medium though. You're not a youth. You're not a boys medium.
I'm not a
medium. Oh, here you go, XL. We're getting closer.
XL is not gonna fit me.
All right, what are you then?
Like a 3X in the jersey.
Well, we're gonna have to find something. All right, guys. Thank you for the likes. Really, really appreciate this. This is actually gonna be extremely. Juxer just said boys medium. This is actually going to be really fun for me to see Badaki buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. The good news for you, it's not expensive at all. You know, I have to buy a Commanders jersey still, and that's like $130.
Honestly.
So at least you don't have to spend much money on yours. But guys, huge love. Thank you for helping us reach that like goal. Let's go ahead and do some draft grades, yeah?
Yeah, this is draft grades.
You go ahead and do team one. Oh yeah, Don. Actually, Don said, "Just frame it, bro." That would actually be really funny if you just buy one. You don't have to wear it. You can just buy one, buy a cheap one, put it in a frame, and then you can kind of wear it or just hang it just for fun. Like that. That could be really funny, actually.
Eli Apple.
You can have it in the background of the streams. Be like, look, I did that for you guys. You know.
I feel like if anyone in the fantasy community would see me with the Eli Apple jersey in the background, they'd be like, "Nah, there's no way I'm listening to these guys."
No, I don't care. I don't care if people think that way. If they're part of the the crew, they know what's going on. All right, go ahead. Right. Team one.
Back in '82, Josh Allen, Sam Howell, Jared Goff. Then you got Mark Andrews as your tight end with DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, Gabriel Davis, Nico Collins, which I love, Shakira, Donovan Jones, and Tim Patrick. And then you got Bobby Dobbins, Michael Carter, AJ Dillon, Isaiah Spiller. This is a good team.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
Once again, you know me, I don't like to take a tight end so early. I understand Mark Andrews at the 212. I would have taken a shot on somebody else and then taken, a tight end at the 8 over Sam Howell, hypothetically, or over Isaiah Spiller. Look at the tight ends that were available. A Dallas Goedert, Dalton Schultz, a Dawson Knox was available. All these guys, Trey McBride, I would have taken a shot on one of these guys over Mark Andrews. I understand, top 2 tight end or top 2.
If he wanted an elite tight end, he was always going to have to reach though, being at the 1.
100%. And that makes sense. So just a thought process for anyone that's watching, if you want to know my thought process. So, but yeah, Josh Allen with Jared Goff and hopefully Sam Howell. So I guess it's a little bit weak, but it makes sense. Running backs I like Bobbin, Michael Carter, and AJ Dillon. This is a good team. I'll give it a B+. I like the wide receivers as well. I love Nico. I love Shakira. With Garrett Wilson, my wide receiver 1, and DK Metcalf. I think that's probably my only downfall, even though that's the most solidified wide receiver. I'm questioning that quarterback. That's all I got to say. But still a great team. Still a great team.
All right, Adam, you got Patty Mahomes, Desmond Ridder, and Davis Mills. Wide receivers are Tyreek, Deontay, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Russell Gage. Running backs are McCaffrey, Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, Tyler Algier. Tight ends are Gesicki and Irv Smith. It's an interesting roster. Quarterback depth, it's quite questionable. Ridder, Davis Mills. If Ridder pans out, great. But there are question marks, at least in a SuperFlex league. Running backs, I think you've got enough running back depth there for sure. I'm just questioning the Rashad pick personally over the other options that were on the board. If I had the option between Ramondre Stevenson and Rashad White, I would easily go Ramondre.
No doubt.
I would probably go Spiller. I don't know about that. But even some of the other running backs on the board, I think I might take a chance on Clyde over Rashad. I know that sounds crazy right now, but as much as I like Rashad, I just don't know if the value is going to return that pick. But I guess if that's your guy, that's your guy. Wide receiver room is quite strong. Again, the Christian Watson pick for me, it's too high for Christian Watson there with the other players that are available on the board. But I do like this team. I'm going to give it a B flat though, because I think there are certain picks that we could have tweaked a little bit to make this a more complete team.
Okay. Garrett with the hacks, Justin Herbert, Malik Willis, Tom Brady. That's 200 IQ. I saw somebody say that in the chat. He gets Malik Willis, sit back for a year, and then you get Tom Brady at the 11-3, 200 IQ. That's massive. Your wide receivers, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, Jameson Williams, Brandon Ayuk with Lavishka and KJ Osborne. I love your wide receiver room. I think it's really strong. Waddle and Higgins, great. And then Brandon Ayuk and Jameson, I think it's fantastic. Running backs, you got JJ, Damian Harris, and Ramondre Stevenson with Jerome Ford, a guy that I absolutely love. You solidify that New England backfield, which is fantastic as well. Then Trey McBride and Brevin Jordan. This is an A team.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say. This is an 18. This is a great team. I absolutely love it. I think this is you got the right pieces at the right time, and you can build and move on. So like maybe your running back room is quote unquote weak, but at least you have that New England backfield, and then have a first round pick next year and get a running back. So I love it.
Yeah, I like this again. I think this is a great example of late RB strategy. You could argue if Malik is proper value there. I think if, you can take a shot on him, but Brady you have as well for the next couple of years, or this year at least, to try and figure out what else to do at quarterback. So
if
I
everything
like this
falls
team.
into
I think
place,
there's great value at most picks.
Yeah, if everything falls into place, it's a great team.
Yeah.
Malik goes to a team and he starts not this year, but next year. Great, because Tom Brady, quote unquote, starts 1 year. Damian Harris gone after. Yeah, I like it.
All right, Don. We got Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, and Trubisky. Our running backs are Swift, Etienne, Saquon, and Herbert. Wide receivers are Burks, Olave, Sutton, Kirk, Juju. Tight ends. We got 3 tight ends here, Don. Darren, Komet, and Albert O. For me, it feels a little too tight and heavy. I guess if you felt like that was the best value on the board at the time, then you can go for it. But I think I would have rather used one of those picks on a running back or wide receiver at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were going to go Komet and Albert O that late, then maybe Waller is a different player there. I just don't think we need 3 tight ends at this point. This isn't a full draft, right? So, I'm not saying you can't have 3 tight ends on your roster. You definitely should. I like the wide receivers, but again, there's no guarantee that you do have an elite guy on your team. We think Burks can be that. We think Olave can be at some point of his career top 15, but there's still question marks here with this wide receiver room. So I like pretty much every area of your team. It's just like the question marks around wide receivers is a little bit. There's a lot of question marks there for me, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna give this a B flat again. It's a good team, but wide receiver is real important for me in my grading system.
Trippy, Joe Moneybag Burrows, Jalen Hurts with Derek Carr. Love your quarterback room. Then your wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Pittman, Rashad Bateman. You got Rondell Moore and then Wan'Dale Robinson with Justin Ross and Van Jefferson. Decent wide receiver room. I think your 3 pillars, the CeeDee Lamb, Pittman, and Bateman, which is fantastic. I like those guys. Running back, Mitchell, Sanders, Clyde. It's a little bit weak, but I can see how you got, these values with Clyde at the 9.5, Miles Sanders at the 7.5. A lot of question marks in those 2 guys, but I think Elijah Mitchell solidified for the next couple of years. But that's probably the weakest part on your team. Then you have Noah Fant and Hunter Henry, which is really great here. I believe in Clyde, though. That's the thing. That's the hard part about this. I'm gonna give this a B flat, B plus. Things I would have probably done differently. I probably wouldn't have taken Carr so early at the 8-8. I can understand it. Maybe you take a Damian Harris, a Ramondre Stevenson there to solidify that running back room, or you can go wide receiver if you really wanted. Who was still available? I mean, Amari Cooper or Mike Evans if you really wanted to go that route, but looks like you kind of went young here. So I think it's okay. The only thing I would have changed is probably Derek Carr at that time, and then maybe taking a Carson Strong or Mitch Trubisky or Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, where you probably got Justin Ross potentially. Those are just hypotheticals, but that's probably the thought process. I'll give it a B plus. I like that. I like this team though.
All right, Tebow, we got Lamar Jackson, Zach Wilson, Carson Strong. Our running backs are Eckler, Cook, Connor, Hunt, and James Robinson. Our wide receivers are Debo, Diggs, Mooney, Lockett, Mechie. Tight end is Knox and Weidermeyer. Okay, so I like this team. The only thing I will say here, Tebow, is it feels like you're very much win now, except for your quarterback 2 and your quarterback 3. I mean, most of these players here feel like win now players. Maybe you could argue Mooney's not, but definitely Diggs, definitely Debo, definitely Eckler, Cook, Connor. So it feels like most of your cornerstones here are win now pieces. So to grab Zach Wilson, I think it was great value, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to think of if I would have done that. Maybe I would have waited and gone for more vet. Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady in the 10th would have been great for you if you truly win now. I like the team. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I just think that quarterback too. If you're gonna go win now, you really need someone a little bit more solidified. Even though we love Zach Wilson, we just don't know what it looks like for him.
Okay. Team 7, Juxter, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Alvin Kamara, Zamir White's great value with Alvin Kamara there. And then you got Devontae Adams, Scary Terry, Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, Alec Pierce, and Josh Palmer. 25-cent Palmer with
25-cent Palmer.
A-Rod, Matt Corral, and Ryan Tannehill with Isaiah Likely and George Kittle. Look. This is a good team. I feel like there's a bit of a mix here. You have your young guys and your running backs, and then you went all win now strat. I feel like after that, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, you got the pair. It's Terry. What's gonna happen with him? George Kittle, I think he's fine. Alvin Kamara, he should be fine as well. A little older running back. The youngest guy you have here is Matt Corral. So, or actually the other guys. I'm kind of iffy on this team. I don't get a good vibe. I don't get a good feeling. Amari Cooper, I wouldn't have taken, even though it's still great value at the 9.7. Maybe you go with DeAndre Hopkins if you're going with a win now approach. But it's just so many different things that you could have done here. That I think overall this team is good, but it's still a mix. I feel like there's no clear direction in my eyes. But I'm gonna give this a B flat, maybe B minus. Good pillars though,
Wow.
really good pillars.
Okay, I was thinking more B plus area, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Casey. We've got Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love. Our running backs are Akers. That's supposed to be James Conner, Zeke, Penny, and Madison. Our wide receivers are Jefferson, Judy, Dotson, Mike Williams, Chark Boyd. Tight end is Hawkinson. I mean, this is a great team. You guys know I'm not an Akers believer, okay? So for me, I don't really love the Akers pick. There are some other running backs that are like Dobbins. I would have gone over Akers, Etienne over Akers. I'm just not a big Akers lover. I'll die with that take if I have to. I explained that in a lot of videos on our page. But outside of that, I really like this team. For me, this is A minus territory.
Okay.
I like this team.
Easy. Trey Lance, Kenny Pickett, Baker Mayfield, Kyle Pitts, Pat the Dragon Frymuth. I love that tight end room with Gibson, Breece Hall, Leonard Fournette, Devin Singletary, and B. Robinson. Then you got Drake London, George Pickens, D Hop, Michael Thomas, Terrence Marshall. My biggest thing is your running backs. Yeah, Lenny can sign somewhere else. That can be interesting, but I think Gibson and Breece make sense, and I think it kind of falls off after that. And there's no solidified RB3, even though you don't need one, but you do have some depth pieces, so I guess that's okay. Your wide receivers, Drake and Pickens, good. I like those guys going there, in my opinion. D Hop at the 9-10, like what Zach was saying, is great value as well. This is a good team. I wouldn't have taken Michael Thomas. I think Zach and I are both officially off Michael Thomas. We don't want anything to do with him, but still there at the 11-10.
If it's true that Deshaun Watson's coming in, that's interesting. That's a good pick there if that's the case.
100%, and that's going to be very, very interesting moving forward, especially that's going to change our whole thought process of Michael Thomas. Yeah. I like this team. I'm not in love with it. I'm just going to give it a B flat.
Yeah.
B flat, B minus, I feel.
All right, Ryan. You got Deshaun Watson, Cousins, and Jameis Winston. Your running backs are Najee, Derrick Henry, and Edmonds. Wide receivers are Kupp, Godwin, Keenan, Renfro, Gallup, Cook, Samuel. Tight ends are Kelsey and Ertz. I like this team. This feels very much like a win now team, right? I mean, with Derrick Henry on the squad, with Kelsey on the squad, with Kupp on the squad, you got kind of that elite tight end for the next couple of years in Kelsey. So I think you kind of completed your vision here for this team really, really well. Who else was a win now team? Was Tebow a win now team?
It was Garrett.
Who else?
Oh, win now team. Sorry, yeah, it was Tebow, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'm just kind of projecting where these teams would be towards the end. Yeah, I guess Tebow. If you're gonna go win now, maybe it is worth grabbing an elite tight end earlier. That might be the differentiator here. I like this team. I like it. I'm gonna give this one an A- because I think they did the win now strategy really, really well. Now the running back depth isn't there, and that's if you're truly gonna be win now team, you might have to sacrifice some picks you don't want to get better at the running back position. But this is a good team. I like it. So A-.
Okay.
All right. Well, so
I gave Garrett an A.
Okay.
And you gave Ryan an A, right?
I gave him an A-.
Ryan and who else?
If I had to choose any team, I would personally choose Garrett's team.
Yeah, I like Garrett's team. I think that's the clear winner for tonight. Congratulations, Garrett. He's been winning a lot, brother.
Congratulations, Garrett.
What an opportunity, huh?
But I do have to give an honorable mention to Ryan because for a win now team, I think he did really, really well. Same with Tebow. I think he did well as well. All right, guys. That was a lot of fun.
All love, huh?
Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for hanging out. I mean,
the likes are going down, by the way.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm so confused.
I mean, does that still work? People like and then leave. Want me to get the jersey? I don't know. I mean, can we get it back to 75 before we end it? I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's a little bit confusing, isn't it?
It is confusing.
Because we were at like 80 likes and now we're at 74. I don't know.
I don't know how that works. I don't know if that still counts as like me still trying to get this jersey. I mean, I'll do it for the community.
Yeah, you'll do it for the community.
If you can't do it, dislike button active.
I don't know what happened. It counts. It counts. All right, guys. Huge love. Hey, we're gonna plug a couple things if you want to hang out with us for a second. The first thing that we will plug is our Patreon, okay? So if you want to play in a Dynasty League with us, if you want a direct line to us where you can bounce questions, if you want our rankings, if you want rookie profiles, if you want Discord roles that are specialized for you over on Patreon, check out that Patreon link if you want to play Redraft or Dynasty. Please feel free to check that out. And big shout out to everyone who signed up today. Shout out to Josh Stump and Ashley Longmire, who submitted her or his, I don't know. Sorry, Ashley, could be either one. Deposit. And let's see how many we have for that third league. I think the third league we are filling up as well.
7 spot? No, I think we have 6 or 7 people already.
We have about half of the league full. So, if you're looking to play, sign up for sure so you don't miss out. Yeah, the unlikes are kind of weird. It keeps going up and down. I don't understand it either. But what else I was going to say? If you want to check out our redraft channel, which is definitely going to be way more active closer to the season, I'll go ahead and drop that redraft channel link here in the chat as well. We have a bunch of content coming out. We just recorded a video on Christian Kirk. Can I say, just check out the video on Christian Kirk because we didn't really know if it was worth making. So I hope it was. I hope it brought some good information. Check that out when it releases tomorrow. We've got grading dynasty trades, grading dynasty teams. We have late round steals. We have a Joe Mixon buy or sell. All these videos coming out on the main channel soon. Is there anything that I'm missing, Badaki?
No, we're gonna continue to try and update any big moves that once Allen Robinson, Juju, whoever Lenny, whenever these guys get a new team or maybe re-sign, we'll bring our thought process with these guys if it makes a massive difference in a fantasy dynasty perspective. So let us know, and once again, always put your thought process of what you want us to make. Suggest content ideas.
Yeah,
put it in there. We're here for that, and we're excited moving forward.
All right, Kenny, have a good one. All right, guys, everyone else who's
love,
watching,
y'all.
have a good rest of your night. We will see you tomorrow night. We are doing a rookie only draft, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And do not miss Thursday night. We're going to do another community real NFL draft where we vote on each pick in the chat. All right, have a good rest of your day.